When you're taking the time and energy to intentionally create a clean, peaceful, positive environment within yourself, your inner world will then reflect in your outer world. Hello, Moonbeams. It's me, Celia Marie 1243. Celia, the Spirit Guide Whisperer, your Fairy Tarot sister. And this message is finding you in divine timing. Whenever you come across this message, this is when you need to hear it. I just pulled a card that gave me all the confirmation in the world of what I was already channeling. The message that I have been getting over and over and over from my spirit guides for our collective. This is not just for me. This is not just for you. This is for so many people who are especially sensitive to energy. Your spiritual hygiene is so important right now that you cannot go without it. You are getting to the point in your spiritual journey, if you are coming across this, if somebody sent it to you, if you just randomly found the link, whatever, okay, let me know how all of it resonates for you. Like this video if it's helpful, but this is finding you in divine timing because you need to get on your spiritual hygiene game. You need to be taking your spiritual baths. You need to be cleansing your aura regularly, daily. Okay, the same way that if you are, if you're not brushing your teeth, you're bound to get cavities. You're bound to get lots of tartar, plaque buildup, teeth like falling out and stuff like that. That's not to scare anybody. That is just to say it's the same with your spiritual hygiene. That's your dental hygiene. Your spiritual hygiene is about you being able to cleanse your aura regularly so that it doesn't get all gunked up. Okay, there's a book in my Amazon store. It is white with a bluish cover. It has like little blue beams coming out of it. It is called Own Your Energy. Read that book if you have not. I'm actually about to rent a circle in just a minute. This isn't going to be a super long message. I have intuitive development circle in like a couple minutes. But even this card, rejuvenating rain, clear the path, heal the present, or clear the past, heal the present. So you need to be so on top of your spiritual hygiene, spiritual baths, aura cleanses, house cleanses, floor washes, door washes. I just did a podcast episode talking about spiritual hygiene, spiritual maintenance, what they are, what the differences are. But I had to give you guys this message because I keep getting it from my spirit guides. You are getting to the point in your spiritual journey that you are not going to be able to properly function the way that you need to function without your spiritual maintenance. You are to that point. You are to that point in your development, in your spiritual development. You are not going to be able to connect with your spirit guides the way that you want to. You're not going to be able to listen to your intuition. It's kind of like seeing everything through dirty glasses is what spirit is literally showing me right now. I'm seeing that, you're trying to like follow your intuition. You're trying to see things through your third eye. You're trying to channel things through your crown. And your spirit guides are like, you haven't cleaned your glasses in ages. And you're like, no, it's fine. Like, these glasses always work. And they're like, no, you haven't cleaned them. That is what's going on with your aura. Okay, I've been getting a lot of messages about huge upgrades in all of our upper chakras, which are the ones that really govern a lot of our psychic abilities. Keep in mind that you also need to still maintain and govern all of the lower ones, which govern all of your human things too. But yeah, there's like a huge awakening going on. This is like beyond just our collective, because when people say collective, a lot of times I feel like we're referring to the people kind of in our community, in our circle, and I am referring to that, but this is like on a worldwide stage is what spirit is showing me. There are people who don't believe in this, right? They don't believe in past lives. They don't believe in psychic abilities, and that's not our responsibility to convince anybody of that, right? But it is your responsibility to understand that your spiritual maintenance, your spiritual hygiene especially, getting in a routine of cleansing your energy. If you've been feeling super tired lately, like no matter how much sleep you get, you're just exhausted. Your spiritual hygiene is lacking. If you are getting so much ringing and buzzing in your ears and you're trying your best to tune into it, what does this mean? It could be your spiritual hygiene lacking. If you are pulling cards and you just feel disconnected, right? Maybe you're used to doing tarot, doing oracle, talking to your spirit guides. You just feel disconnected. It feels weird. Your spiritual hygiene is not where it needs to be. What spirit just showed me is like your spiritual like level up has gotten up to this point, right? Say it's up to this point. Your spiritual like upkeep, maintenance is like down here a little bit. And they're like, in order for this to keep growing steadily and in order for it to like just blossom and for you to feel at peace, you're needing to bring your spiritual maintenance, spiritual hygiene game up to the same point. We have been getting this message for a long time, but it is so important right now because it's mandatory. Like the word that I keep getting is mandatory. You will not be able to function the way that you need to function in order to fulfill all of your goals, to do the things you want to do, to follow your intuition, even just function on a daily basis. You won't be able to do that healthily, peacefully without your spiritual maintenance at this point. I did a video a while ago talking about the things that I wish I knew sooner on my spiritual journey, mistakes I made so that you guys don't make them. If you haven't watched that, go watch that video. But I talked about not understanding spiritual maintenance, not understanding needing to cleanse my aura, needing to cleanse my space, my tools, right? And Spirit has been giving us this message for like years now, and now it has come to this point, this culmination is what I'm hearing. It's almost like a pimple where it's like popping. Okay, I'll use a lint roller reference, which is the first way that I found out that I was an empath. I was a highly sensitive person. I was somebody, like the first time that I really got confirmation, I was seeing a psychic, first reading ever, and she was saying that, you know, she was like, your energy is very sensitive. You're like a lint roller. And so she explained I was like a lint roller, and if you don't change the sheet on a lint roller, it's just gonna, like, it starts to get dull. It starts to get dingy. If you have a lint roller and you keep like just picking up things, even if you're not trying to pick up things, it's gonna collect dust. It's gonna, and you as a highly sensitive person, the lint roller is a perfect example because it's so sticky. Our energy is sticky. And even by doing spiritual hygiene, energy maintenance, it's going to help it not be as sticky, where you can do protection, where you were able to cleanse. I talked about that in the podcast episode, so I won't get too far into that. But your spiritual maintenance, your hygiene routines are going to be so crucial for this chapter in your journey. You are not going to be able to have true peace without it. That's what it feels like. So if you feel restless, if you feel like something's off, it's because your spiritual maintenance, your energy hygiene especially, is not where it needs to be. Rejuvenating rain, working with the element of water, and I'm also seeing fire for a lot of you, is going to be very, very helpful. So fire, smoke, that kind of thing for cleansing regularly. Start to take your spiritual baths regularly. Start to take, every week, I would say, a spiritual bath. At this point, if you're watching this, spiritual bath every week. If you can't take a spiritual bath, do a spiritual shower. I am doing an ebook on spiritual maintenance, spiritual bath ebook, which is a form of spiritual maintenance, spiritual hygiene. And I didn't make this video to promote it, but I feel like all of the messages are coming together where it's like, yeah, this is why we needed you to do the ebook, because this is so important for us right now. This is also about clearing, like it says, clearing the past, healing the present, being able to keeping up with your spiritual hygiene right now is going to allow you to get to a place energetically, intuitively, where the same types of people won't be able to be around you. The same types of mindsets that you've had in the past that have kept you trauma bonded, that have made you feel insignificant, that haven't had you focused on your mental health, any of that all is falling away the more and more you stick with your spiritual hygiene. I know for me, when I was getting psychically attacked, spiritually attacked, which I'll be talking about very soon, like publicly, I shared a story about it on my Patreon already, because it's like really sensitive and I didn't want to just put it out there yet. But Spirit is really urging me to eventually, right? 11 minutes on the clock I'm looking at, that caught my eye. And of course it's going to be 11:11. Spirit's like 11:11. So that could be a confirmation, a message for you. It's also 4:42 on my clock. So 4:42, 4:44 could be a message for you as well. You might not be drinking enough water. Okay, you might be dehydrated a little bit. Your throat chakra is really upgrading, and when we have throat chakra upgrades, we tend to get more thirsty. Your throat could be sore. You're going through a huge awakening and you will not be able to get through it. Okay, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say you won't be able to get through it. I'm not trying to fearmonger here. That's not what this is about. I'm just really trying to tell you how important your spiritual hygiene is right now. Because all of this, like, you could be going through a dark night of the soul, super crazy, like, energy upgrades, and you're not going to be able to peacefully go through it. I mean, dark nights of the soul aren't peaceful, but it's going to help you. I'll say that. It's going to help you so much to be able to do your spiritual hygiene. When I was getting psychically attacked, like I was talking about earlier, it was almost like a brain fog that was going on. There was something that I was about to do, and my spirit guides were like, go take a spiritual bath. And I just kept putting it off. And then I finally went. When I took that spiritual bath in the ocean, by the way, it felt like everything changed. It felt like I timeline jumped. It didn't feel like I did timeline jump. And that is a podcast, story time on my podcast. But you might have that experience too. If you take your spiritual bath and do a very strong cleanse of your house, of yourself, do not be surprised if afterwards you feel a little bit sick. Go to the doctor if you need to see the doctor, take whatever medicine and things you need to do. But it is normal that when you have not been keeping up with your spiritual maintenance, or somebody has been psychically attacking you, sending you negative energy, or if you have not been taking care of your energy, your aura, it's normal to feel very sick, very bogged down, maybe even a little bit disoriented, not for longer than a couple of days. So be very aware of, not spiritually bypassing and being like, oh, well, it's spiritual. I don't have to go to the doctor. If you need to go to the doctor, go to the doctor. But these are things that you need to know. I had to put these things out there. I have a lot more channeled messages that Spirit has been giving, 444. I've been getting a lot more spiritual channeled messages that I'll be posting here on my YouTube. So if this found you, I'm glad that it did. I'm glad that I could give you this message. Hopefully it resonates. Let me know, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.